Hello all, very good morning. Thanks for joining the session. Let me share my screen. So today let us continue discussing about the uh, AWS course content. Yesterday we have seen the requirement and then we have written the concepts that we would like to and started understanding the production architecture. Let us continue understanding the production architecture and let me cover more services like what we gonna cover. Let me discuss about the more services what we gonna cover. And today is the final demo, and the classes will be started from the Monday onwards at the same time, that is 8:15 for coming up 2 weeks, and later in time the classes will be started 7 a.m. or 7:30. So let us take it based on the priority, but 7 a.m. is the default one. Let us try for start. Okay, so we know this is our production architecture. So every time rather coming here, what I will do is let me go here and then paste it here. Um, Control Z, Control V. Let me just minimize this diagram. One moment. Let me even minimize this. Yes, perfect. Perfect. Now, so till where we discussed yesterday. So step one, we will create the IAM user. So for that, we have to study the identity and then access management service. How to create the cluster admins or cloud admins. How to create the cloud admins. There are two accounts, root account and then the non-root account, or root user, then the IAM user. Two users we have. So if you can see the this IAM user, uh, let me go to nodes AWS. I believe I might have already shown you this. So IAM, there are two users, root user and then the non-root user. So root user and then non-root users are there, where the um, we have to create a identity access management user and should have to give both the access, programmatic access, and then the management console access we have to give. Then, meaning being a root user, we have to create another user and then enable MFA, everything. So what I mean to say is here, first service we will
Hello, sir.
discuss about the
I'm
identity.
not able to hear your voice.
Yes, yes. Am I audible for all of you folks? Can anyone can anyone please confirm? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, audible.
Yeah. Yes. Seems to be I'm audible actually. Can you check your mic once, please? Seems to be I'm audible actually. Okay. So now carefully observe. Let us connect the dots and then list out the services what we're gonna discuss. So first we need to create this entire AWS, meaning we need to create the cloud platform administrator by login as a root user into the AWS cloud platform. Maybe my words are a little tough for you, but what I'm saying is, using identity and then access management service, we first have to build the cloud platform. We first have to create the cloud platform admin who will be able to create the other resources in the cloud. Okay. So once the Okay, so let me neatly draw that diagram and then showcase you like what are all the services we will cover and how those will be integrated together or interrelated together. Okay, let me open the diagram tool. Just let me open this. Decide letter. So let me draw it. Okay. First, what we need to do is, first we have to take a cloud platform, right? So we have to take a cloud platform, AWS cloud platform. So not VPC. Let me take a AWS cloud platform. Yes, this is the AWS cloud, right? So this AWS cloud have the two users, root user and then the non-root user. First, we have to create the IAM user, meaning we have to create one user. We have to create one user who is called as IAM user. What is this IAM user, sir? We are not understanding. Don't worry. Going forward, when we start, you will understand who is this IAM user and what is the IAM user. So this is what you will understand. First, we need to create one IAM user. Okay, right. Now to create this IAM user, groups, roles, policies, permissions, and all, we have to learn the identity and then access management service thoroughly, completely. And in-depth of identity and access management include multi-factor authentications is what we will discuss. If you can see my screen, I just have written there the um, outlines of the course content, but what exactly deeper I will cover is what I have given here in this lab guide. So a lab guide is prepared. In the lab guide, what is the objective, what is prerequisite, and what are all the concepts will be covered is what I have detailed given. And then a step-by-step screenshots I'm uploading here, the a step-by-step notes. Likewise, for every notes, there will be a number of every service, a number of lab guides will be provided. This is one thing. Next, identity and access management service is done. Then next is what? Next is the VPC, virtual private cloud we need to build. VPC, virtual private cloud we need to build. So let me take a virtual private cloud. So this is what the virtual private cloud. Now this virtual private cloud contains what, this virtual private cloud contains two availability zones, public zone and then the two availability zones. Available zone, or let me take zones. Yes, availability zone. So we have the availability zones. So let me take availability zones. This is availability zone 1, because when we take VPC, minimum 2 availability zones is what we have to take. So this is availability zone 1 and this is availability zone 2. Right, this is availability zone 2. So in availability zone 1 and availability zone 2. So both the zones, two minimum 2 zones is what we have to take. Okay, let me just extend this outer one. Okay, fine. So now we have the two availability zones. In these two availability zones, we have a public subnet and then private subnet. So there will be a public subnet and there will be a private subnet. Sorry, my bad. Control Z. Yes, there will be a public subnet and then private subnets. Perfect. So here is the public subnet. Similarly, private subnet. So this is the private subnet. So what are the subnets are? We don't know. Don't worry. You no need to know it right now. Okay. But just for you to give an idea, What are the subnets is a small areas or small places, like secure place. This is the locker place, this is non-locker place, considered like that. So private subnet meaning the uh, area where we can deploy our applications or run our applications securely, which can't be accessed by anyone. Okay, now this public subnet and then the private subnets, both are talking to each other, both are talking to each other via the address translation called NAT. So via the address translator, NAT address translator. So this NAT address translator is what we will use here. So which will make this private subnet available to the public subnet. And now once after this is done, then in the VPC, remember, see this
So
word where I'm taking this, the VPC.
NAT means what, sir? NAT means? Yes.
NAT means network address translator. What it
Network
will
address.
do in the private subnet, uh, in the private subnet, the application will be there. This
Mhm.
private subnet application can't be accessed directly, but that private subnet application first will be exposed to this public subnet via this network address translator. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
then what we'll do, this will have this public subnet, and then private subnet will also have the gateways, network gateways, NAT gateway or other gateways. So basically NAT we will use here also will create one gateway. Then what we can do, we can take a load balancer. We can take a load balancer. So that load balancer will comes here. Um, yes, that load balancer will come here to balance the load. So here is the load balancer. What we will do is, here is the load balancer. So what this load balancer will do? This load balancer will balance the load for these two availability zones. The application is available in the two availability zones, right? So in these two availability zones, this load balancer will balance the load onto the application deployed in these two availability zones. Okay, so here it is. My bad. So my bad. When I take it long, meaning height, again these are also coming. Let me just make them down. Just let me make them down. I'm just giving you the overview, like how the architecture will be and how the services, sorry, how the architecture will be, and how we can take the services, how to learn the services, how they are integrated, right? AWS services, how they are interrelated is what, meaning how to start, where to start, how to learn is what my intention of drawing this diagram, so that we will cover all the services here, what we gonna discuss, so that you will get a clarity one after the other. We will start and then we will learn. First, IAM, however. Okay, fine, right? Now it is good. So here we will get the load balancer. Any questions? Try to region. Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, fine. So availability zones, and here the load balancer will come. This load balancer will balance the loads. Right. So this load balancer may be application load balancer or no, network load balancer, classic load balancer, right? There were types of the load balancers available. Uh, okay. There were types of load balancers available. Which type of load balancer we have to use is what we need to understand. So far we have completed three services: IAM service, VPC, right? IAM service, VPC, and then in VPC we have seen the NAT gateways and all. networking also will be complete if we study about the VPC. Then what we have to do? We have to take the EC2 instances to uh, set up our applications in the EC2 instances. So let us take the EC2 instances in this private subnet. So let us take EC2 instances in this private subnet. So EC2 instance, EC2 instance should be in the private subnet. Let me take it as EC2. So this EC2 instances meaning what? The computers like your laptop, another computer, we will set up in our private subnet. It is just like your laptop, one more laptop, where in your laptop you are running the applications, right? Installing the applications running. Similarly, here also we will do. Perfect. Private subnet. And once this private subnet is set up with the EC2 instances, here in the EC2 instances, the applications will run. So applications will run here. Let me take one application, a simple application. Let me take quickly, meaning a diagram, a simple diagram of the application. Take. So this is the application. So this app will run here, and the same app also will run here. Now, what we need to do, these apps might be connected to database, isn't it? So these apps might be connected to database. So we have to take the database service. Okay, let us compare the course content. Now EC2 is what we have taken. EC2 we have taken in the sense what? Lot of discussion we will do in EC2, isn't it? What is EC2 machine, right? How we can start, stop, restart, terminate the EC2 machines, and how we can install the EC2 in the public and then private subnet. What are security groups? What are security keys, right? What is VPC? Of course, how we can set up this EC2 in the VPC. What are elastic IPs? What are static IPs? All these things we'll discuss. And once VPC is done, of course, every EC2 machine is attaching with the storage, isn't it? Uh, every EC2 machine is attaching with the storage. It is like hard disk. So hard disk, attaching the hard disk to this EC2 instance. So we also will discuss in depth about that storage. So elastic block storage. So here is what our EC2 instance. Similarly, we will discuss about the EBS, elastic block storages. Let me take this EBS screenshot here. So these EBS are called as attached volumes, hard disks. So these are all called as hard disks attached to our EC2 instance. So why we need to do this? There is a lot of benefit if we do this, meaning EBS volumes, if we attach to the these EC2 instances, a lot of benefit we can see later in time. We'll discuss about those benefits and all later in time when we are talking about this elastic block storage volumes. Okay, so these will be used by the our EC2 instances, just like your computer hard disk. Perfect. Then once after this is done, then what we will do, these all will be EBS is completed. So EBS is completed, isn't it? Then ELB, load balancing. So load balancing is, we already have taken the load balancer here, right? So then what is the next service? S3 storage bucket. So before going to S3 storage bucket, what is the next service is these EC2 instances application is there na, that application is definitely using the database. So for that, what we will do is let us take the database. So maybe MySQL or DS or whatever it is. So let us take the database. So database might be here. Control Z. So database might be here. So this database, let me take as my scale. Yes, this is the database. Now here is one database and here is one database. That means two databases we have to take. This application, whichever is there, is using this database. Um, this database is an RDS service. What I would like to showcase you is, let me log into database is a cloud hosted service. We no need to install it. We no need to, download the software. We no need to install, which is publicly or which is available by default on the cloud. I'm just logging to my account just in a moment to showcase you how the database is basically. Okay, so let it come. Now let me choose RDS, Relational Database Service. Now let me click on this RDS. Just let me click on this
So,
RDS.
so like
Yes.
the data will be different in both databases.
No, I will talk about that. Data
Okay.
will be same because application running in two instances, two availability zones is same. 100% data also will be the same.
Then it
Okay,
could be
but
have
we
only
have taken in our diagram not one, two instances we have to take, but we have to use a concept called replication, data replication. Now what will happen? One app which is storing the data here, and another app which is storing data here. Now what will happen? We take it like this. Just let me. Yes.
So basically each
Now
app will have one database, huh?
this is same app only. Same app only.
But even
Yes,
database
each app
also.
will have the different data. Correct. Each app will have the different databases. Each application. But here don't confuse.
Hmm.
Here we have taken the availability zone. And two availability zones, we have two machines. Each and every availability zone will have the same application instance running. So whatever the application running in this EC2 machine in the, for example, US is to 01, in US is to 02, again in the same EC2 machine, same application is running. So because the load is balancing by the load balancer, one time it will go to here, one time it will come to here. Now, when the data will come to the this application, same application, both are running with the same application. I believe yesterday I have shown you the application, isn't it? So
Yes,
let
yes.
me go, that same application. So same application. So if the request will come to here and then the data inserted, it will be go and then insert here. And then as soon as data is inserted here, immediately it will be synced to here. And again, if the records are creating by the application running in this EC2 instance, that will be saved here. Then immediately it will be also synced to here. So this is called the replication. Got it?
Hmm. But these
Got
DBs
it, right?
also has to be there part of your public private network, right? Security required, right?
Ah, these are all actually cloud hosted. These are all cloud hosted.
DB
So
also.
cloud hosted meaning those not come to the any VPC. If you can see this create database,
Mhm.
I'm just creating the database. Just I'm showcasing the steps. It won't ask for will it be, guys? Can you please mute? Can you please mute? Can you please mute, folks? Thank you so much. Now let us say I'm just choosing to install the MySQL for a while. Just let me choose. See, nowhere it is asking about the region or about the VPC. If you can see settings, nowhere. Instance configuration, storage only it is asking, but it is not VPC, virtual private cloud. Yeah, here two things actually. Either we can create a one separate VPC for the database, but generally databases, we don't create any VPCs. For the generally databases, we don't create any VPCs. Let the databases will be common across all the zones. The problem is what, if we take the database also in the VPC, this replication we can't achieve. That is the reason we will take the databases in the default VPCs, not in our virtual private cloud. Got it? Huh? Going forward, I'll explain
But
about all these things.
security we
But
are
for now,
missing.
yes, we don't take any. No. We are not missing any security because these databases can't be accessed at outside without proper providing the credentials. Databases should have to be accessed from the outside as well. Otherwise, we are not able to connect from this one, isn't it? I have the database browser, database client. Now I have to connect to the database server, which is running in the AWS. So if we take it in the private VPC, we are not able to connect to it. Google got it. That is the reason we don't take it. However, yes, replication is taking care of the cloud, but we need to configure.
These two should be part of IAM. That sure, right? Even though if it is not zones, but it should be part of IAM, right?
IAM meaning IAM user. IAM user will be able to. IAM user will be able to correct. IAM user will be able to create them. Correct.
Otherwise, it's a problem, right? It's a part of IAM. Inside that, two networks should be there. Yes. Okay.
Correct. So, however, now password authentication, Kerberos authentication, IAM database authentication, these are all we will choose. And if you want additional configurations, so all these things we will discuss in our when we really start this one. Okay, backup of the databases and all, monitoring, and then the replications and maintenance window, data protection, all these things we'll discuss when the time comes. But the architecture wise, this is like this only. Okay, now the databases we have done the setup. Okay, now the databases is what we have done the setup. Okay, then next what? If we can go to the again course content, again course content. So databases is what we have done the setup. So once the database setup has been done, then we have to go for the auto scaling. We have to go for the auto scaling of the applications, I mean EC2 instances. Auto scaling of the EC2 instances we have to go for. So because application is now running, because the application is now running, so application is now running here. So application may get overburdened with the load, right? Which is coming from the end customers. So end customers meaning the users like you and me. So these guys are end customers. So these guys will call this application which is running here on this load balancer. But these guys required what? A domain, isn't it? So we have to take a domain. So that domain we can register in the Route 53. So we have to take a Amazon Route 53 here to register the domain. So this will give us the domains. For example, if we can see the Route 53, I already have taken a domain for the previous batches. I already purchased one domain, and then I have deployed the website on the domain as well. So just let me showcase you that. It seems to be my internet is little lag, but am I audible for all of you folks properly? Okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
if you can see this, yeah.
Sir, can you please repeat once, sir?
So if you can see
VPC.
this, VPC. Okay, now we are talking about Amazon Route.
Yeah.
This architecture.
Sir.
Okay,
Your voice is not hear me.
Seems to be your mic jock have some issue. Can you please try to rejoin? Maybe some issue, because for others it is seems to be fine.
Okay.
Some issue with your mic, it seems to be. Just please join once. Please join. Okay.
Okay.
Now this route 53, if we can see, it is for registering the domains. See this, I have registered one domain. So when we go here, I have registered one domain, isn't it? So my books shelf. So if I can go and then access http:/my bookshelf. See, application is running there. Even you guys also can access the application. Just try to access. You will be able to access the application. So that means what? Route 53 is for what? Route 53 is for the domains registration. So what we will do now? We will register a domain. Sorry, Control Z. Let me just take a notepad, then paste that in the notepad, and then let me copy from there to here. Perfect, right? So these domains we will register in this route 53. So what happened when we register the domains? The customers, meaning the end users, will come to our application on this domain. So go here. So these guys will hit the URL called this https:/bookshelf.com, right? So it is for now HTTP only, but we have to make it as an HTTPS. Okay. So for this, see, if you can see on this domain, they are calling the application, then it will be go to first LB. Okay. Now these domains are giving by whom? Route 53. Okay. The Route 53 service we will discuss, and also we will discuss CDNs, content delivery, content network delivery. We will discuss about the network delivery for improving the performances. For example, if you can see here, we discuss now about the Route 53, isn't it? Then there is a CloudFront as well to improve the performance. Performance in the sense what? When we are accessing the application, sometimes it may access very slow for us, isn't it? So to improve the performance of it, we will use the CloudFront as well. This CloudFront will do what? This CloudFront will cache this service what we are accessing, and then it will enable a faster access of our application. So this is called as a CloudFront. Now CloudFront is done, then Route 53 is done. Okay, let us go here. So Route 53 is done, and then CloudFront is done. Then what we can do? So now our application is accessing on HTTP. So what we will do is, let us also enable the HTTPS by taking the certificate manager. So AWS certificate manager. So we have a AWS certificate manager. So this AWS certificate manager also we will take, so that this HTTPS certificate we will use HTTPS certificate, SSL certificate, secure socket certificates will be get by this certificate manager. Certificate manager will give us the certificate. That certificate we can configure at our load balancer. So this certificate, whatever the SSL certificate is there, so this we will configure at our load balancer LB. And when we configure it on our load balancer, then it will be come as like HTTPS. So a certificate. Now the data will be coming to our coming to our platform very securely, encrypted, right? When we use the HTTPS, data will be encrypted. So encrypted data will come to our cluster very securely. So we have now discussed about what? IAM, and then the VPC, and then the after IAM VPC load balancer, then the EC2 instances, then the EBS, then the databases, then Route 53 for registering the domain, CloudFront, and then AWS certificate manager, right? Then our clients are coming to platform on the HTTPS. Okay, more load is coming now.
Sir, one question, sir.
More load is,
R53 you are saying, right? Just their doubt. There you are saying that the
route,
site route, right? The site which you were showing yesterday, some third party that your site you are shown, right? What is that? Shopify is equivalent to that site. This is
we Shopify.
That
no,
site that is different and this is different. Huh? This is kind of a site or what is this?
This is different.
Different.
This is a website. So here you can see this my bookshelf is a domain, isn't like google.com, gmail.com. This is the domain, isn't it?
Okay.
That domain is given by this Route 53. The domain is given by the Route 53. Once we got the domain, then we can deploy the application and then map our application on this domain.
Okay.
I'll explain that. Now see.
What is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? So
secure.
Yeah, I know
secure.
that is
if
secure.
We call any site.
Yeah, S is for secure, but when can we use HTTPS and HTTP?
It is not like we have to use HTTP at one situation, HTTPS in one situation. No. What we have to do is, if we secured our website or web application with the HTTPS, always we will use HTTPS only. And though if we use HTTP, it will be redirected to the HTTPS. Okay, that is the first thing. And when we go for HTTP, when we go for HTTPS, no, there is no such situation. If we configure our application, our website with the security SSL HTTPS, always it will be go to HTTPS. Though if we type HTTP in the browser, that is first thing. Second thing, by adding that SSL, right, secure socket layer, what will happen? The data, whatever this client is communicating with our application. So our application is giving the data to this client, right? That data meaning request data, response data, will be transported in a secure layer, TLS transmission, TLS 1.2 data transmission it will use, meaning the data will be encrypted over the network if we use the HTTPS. The network the encrypted data, when reaches to this load balancer, then it will terminate the SSL. That means data will be decrypted and that data will be given to our application. That is how the SSL certificates will work. Got it?
What is that?
Am I addressed?
Yeah, what is the advantage of having database for each EC2 instance app?
Okay, here this database is this application is connecting to the database. Okay, application is connecting to the database. So that is the reason, as application here in this EC2 instances connecting to the databases, we have set up the database. Similarly, another EC2 instance in another region is also having one more application, meaning same application, but one more copy is here. This also requires a database. Now two options, either this also will connect to this database or this also will connect to this database. But in general, if we do a auto scaling kind of thing, and if we use many more application instances, then if we use a single database, then if this database will go off or go down or corrupted, then all the applications which are depending on this database will be down. They can't accessible. But if we use one more database in the replication, if one goes down, then still the applications will be survived with the other instance. That is the advantage. Got it? Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Fine. Fine. So now let us go and then see the next services. Next services is what? Now the load is coming more to these EC2 instances. So what we have to do? We have to apply the auto scaling. We have to apply the auto scaling. So how to auto scale? So these two instances should be auto scaled. So that means control Z. Okay. So I just have taken in auto scaling. These are two instances, meaning two instances in the sense two or more instances, but the instances are auto scaled here. So auto scaled meaning what? If the load is coming to this EC2 instance and whose CPU reaches to 60%, 80%, then immediately one more EC2 instance will be spin up automatically. And when the load will be down, then that will be removed or spin down. So that is what the auto scaling. So auto scaling also we will discuss. Now auto scaling is there, and then the EC2 instances all are there. Now the application is running fine, where we can see these application logs. So in order to see the application logs, we will go for a log monitoring service called CloudWatch. So let us set up this CloudWatch for the logs monitoring purpose. So this CloudWatch is also a region specific one, but let us configure this in without globally, like for all the our private clouds, it should be available. So let us configure this CloudWatch globally. So let us take the CloudWatch here. That CloudWatch will watch the EC2 instances and then also the applications running on that instances. So this is what the CloudWatch we will use. Okay, so CloudWatch is for what? Monitoring the instances, logs and all. What we can monitor, if we can see, we can set up the alarm, we can monitor the logs, right? And then tracing, all these things it will be given. What is logs, what is tracing, what is alarm, we will discuss later in time. I believe for now most of you guys might know about the logs, right? So application logs can be seen in this CloudWatch. And also we can see the metrics, like each EC2 instance machine is using how much memory, how much storage, how much used, how much is empty. And see this EC2 instances, a total EC2 instances. We can choose the EC2, we can set up actually. We can set up this. Okay, so here we can see graphical.
Yeah,
Graphed
Narsi,
metrics.
like I have one question here. EC2 instances means that would be a virtual machine, right?
Virtual machine, correct.
Okay, got it.
Correct. Yes. Yes. Now here the logs and all we can see graphically. So we can use graphs and all. How much memory taken, how much memory is left, what is CPU usage currently, is it overstressed or not, all those things we can see from this metrics. So CloudWatch we will use for that. Okay, CloudWatch is used, good. Then what we have to do is, cluster is down, assume one of the EC2 instance is down, then we have to send an email. For that, let us use the simple uh, simple email service. Simple email service we will use, which is as part of this simple notification service. Notification can be an email, notification can be a OTP. So SNS, SES, both we will use. Okay, now when the any of the machine will goes down, or if the CPU reaches 80%, then an email will be sent to the IAM user. That means the administrator of this cloud. So an email will be sent to him so that he will be reset up the things, or he will be, do something else, or he might be write some script which will automatically scale up and then scale down. Maybe that is what he will do, but email notifications and all we will use.
So,
And
this will happen only for EC2, whichever the applications deployed,
no,
or
no,
it will be
it will be global. It not only for EC2, anything. For example, there is a queue service. So one event came to queue, assume. One event in the sense, one message came to queue. Then we can also send one notification. So it is not only for EC2 instances, this we can configure for anything.
Even CloudWatch also you can put for DB side, everything, right?
Everything, yes, everything.
So because whatever you're talking about, this CloudWatch, SMS, these are all for common properties for across this one, right?
Exactly, common things for all these things across this applications, EC2 instances, databases and all.
Okay.
Where we can see the
Is this a good practice to create instances in the portal, or do we need to create that through any kind of tool?
Okay, so actually, first we will create it through the portal to get hands-on on the EC2 instances. After that, we will use the cloud Terraform we will use to automate them. Because in real time, what we will do is we will use pipeline as code, pack, we call it as a pack, pipeline as code. However, once we start the DevOps and all, you came to know all these things. So according to that pipeline as code, we have to, spin up these instances from the Terraform scripts. Automation we have to apply. Okay, so using the AWS CLI command line interface, we will spin up these machines going forward to enable the automation. But as we are very beginner now, we will go through the console only first. We'll get familiar through the EC2 instances via console. Once everything, all the concepts about EC2 is covered, then let us think about the automation.
So do you show us like Terraform tool also in this?
Correct. Yes, Terraform is also there in the course content. So if you can see this, Terraform is also there, but not entire Terraform. Whatever the Terraform required, meaning how we can automate at least our architecture. So till that I will explain, but not entire Terraform, because Terraform entire itself is a different course. So it will take a lot of time, 45 days around it will take to complete this Terraform entire thing. So what I will do is I'll explain you the Terraform, what is Terraform, what is how to write the Terraform scripts, and how to automate our infrastructure, our architecture. But ideally speaking, if you really work on this, you will be able to work on anything. You will be able to write the Terraform scripts for anything. Okay, however, now let us go.
Narsi, I have one small doubt here.
Yeah.
We have the EC2 instances, right?
Correct.
And we will have the administration console for everything to be monitored from the administrative console.
Correct.
Okay. See, which module would be monitoring the EC2, because which is down, or like it has to check the regular frequency, right? EC2 down, the status of the EC2.
Correct. Health of the EC2. Yes, that is CloudWatch only. CloudWatch only. CloudWatch will be seen the health of all the things, all the services. So CloudWatch only. You can create the alarms here. So in alarm, so alarms we can create. So this alarms will give us the notifications when something is busy, something is down and all.
Okay. See, if any changes we do occur, like we do on the master copy, it has to reflect across the all EC2, right?
No, that is different case. That is different case. Master copy, slaves copy is different case. That is when it comes the situation of the cluster. So when it is a cluster, always the master and then slaves will be bound together with some token. Communication between them is a TCP. So with some token, they will be bound together. We'll see that case in the Kubernetes actually. In Kubernetes, there will be one master and then the 3 workers. Another
Worker nodes.
master,
Yeah.
worker nodes, correct.
Okay.
So that is token exchanging will be happened between the worker and then the master, so that they will be handshake together.
Okay. Somewhere else we need to configure those all the things, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Right. Okay. You can, for this course, you can use device or laptop, whatever, your mobile phone also you can use to learn this AWS, because mobile app also given. So that is not the matter actually. You can take PC, you can take laptop, anything, because all the work we will do in the cloud only, right? But a good internet is required. That is only the thing. Okay. However, let us go and then see the next cases. So if you can see here, there is a CloudFormation as well, which is a proprietary of automating this infrastructure. So that CloudFormation also we will see. I just told Terraform to automate the infrastructure, isn't it? So similar to that Terraform, the proprietary of the AWS templating mechanism is also there, which is called as the CloudFormation. So that also we will, meaning I'll explain that also, but that is heavy cost and only strict to the AWS, this CloudFormation, for automating the infrastructure. So this CloudFormation also we will use for automate the infrastructure, but this is for what, this is for only AWS infrastructure. But if you use Terraform, it will be for anything, like, it will be for your we can automate the Azure cloud, GCP, anything. So that is the reason this CloudFormation templates, this CloudFormation what we will use, this CloudFormation we will use only for the AWS cloud. But I'll explain this CloudFormation. We'll see the pitfalls of it, and then we will see about the cloud Terraform.
So
Okay.
CloudFormation is similar to Terraform?
Not similar. Concept is same. Concept is automating the infrastructure. Is the
write the code and provision the infrastructure.
Correct.
Same way as Terraform, CloudWatch is also going to do the same.
Correct. So here, if we see the CloudFormation, we don't need to write the code.
Okay. So do we have any?
We can also have a drag and drop feature. Correct. Exactly correct. Template is there. There is a template is there. There's a stack of templates will be there. So for example, if I create this stack, see, create template designer, and the template designer is there, which will generate, say, JSON or a YAML actually. So if we can go here, I can showcase. So drag and drops are there. See, like this. For example, we want to go with the EC2, A, B, C, D, E, EC2. Yes, EC2. So drag and drop is there. So what we want, we can choose. So EC2, custom gateway host, what we want. For example, I want a key pair. So I can just drag it here. I want a key pair, and then I want after key pair, we want the security group. So security group we want, and this key pair and then security group, both we need to attach to the EC2 virtual machine. So we also require the VPC. So like this, we can do a drag and drop. And if you can see, when we do the drag and drop here, the code is updating, code is generating. Got it? So this code we will use further to automate our infrastructure like this.
Okay, just
clear, right? Hope it is clear.
Yeah, now got it.
Yeah. Yes. So fine. Now CloudFormation. Then finally, what we'll do? Our application also having the so every application we have to host this, right? So to host this application, what we will use is we will use S3 bucket. So Amazon S3 is what we will use here to host the application. S3 is a global service, so which doesn't belongs to any of the region and all. It is a global service. So what I will do is just let me minimize this. Just let me minimize this. Amazon S3. Now Amazon S3, what we'll do in this S3 bucket, we will upload our websites. For example, if you can see, let me go to this S3 where I was, uploaded the website. Just I will showcase. Go to S3 bucket. I was uploaded the website. Just go through. Let us go to this S3 bucket quickly. Yes, now let me go to S3 bucket. Correct. Some services are free, some services are chargeable and all. I'll explain what are all those things. So my bookshelf, see, my bookshelf.link. This is what the application. This is what I have created here and then hosted here, right? All the website related code I hosted here. So S3 bucket, as the S3 bucket having the code, we are now able to access it directly. And DNS is already there for us. The S3 bucket is having our website or web application, websites basically, not applications, websites, or maybe this S3 bucket also we can keep the documents, objects and all. For example, if you can see, this is a hospital application. Consider doctor need to write a prescription. He written his prescription and then he want to store it as a, when he clicked on the save, then that document need to be stored in the cloud. So document will be stored here. So that document will be available for the patient to view. So if it will be on the cloud, he can be able to see the documents at any time. That is one of the features. So a lot of advantages are there about using this Amazon S3. So if you can see, these are all the services that we are covering throughout our course content, right? I hope I have covered all the services what I have listed in my course content, except this uh, EKS. So there is a Kubernetes cluster. So we will also use the EKS Kubernetes cluster. Also we will use. That means this entire VPC, meaning whatever these EC2 instances are there, we will automate, meaning we will create them as a cluster, meaning the one or more machines will be grouped together using this cluster, Amazon EKS. This Kubernetes cluster also I'll explain. Fine. So, and also one more thing, that is the ECR, container repository. So I'll also explain ECR, Elastic Container Repository, because this EKS required this ECR. So definitely we have to use the ECR EKS together. So just let me one moment. Just let me control J. Yes. So this ECR and then EKS we have to use together. Okay. Fine. So that's all from the final architecture.
Yeah.
Any question?
Yeah. What file, what is stored in S3 bucket? So is the only web application related, or what else can be stored in S3 bucket?
Anything
Other than
like Word documents, PDF documents, images, video players, audio, anything that we can store till 5 GB as free. If we cross 5 GB, then it will be chargeable. It is like our Google Drive. Anything we can store.
Okay.
Anything.
And what about the password related things where we have to store, like in S3 bucket, or is there any other service that we can store the password related things?
Yeah, actually for that we have to use I got it. For that we have to use the vaults actually. So password vaults we have to use for that, but that is different story. Vaults are integrated. S3 also we can use, but no, S3, using S3 we can create a vault as well. So this vault we will use to store the passwords. Okay, this is the S3 Glacier feature, and S3 Glacier also I'll cover just to have the data backups and all. So this is also I will cover, but vault I don't cover, but S3 Glacier is what I will cover. But usually vaults we will use to store the passwords. Got it?
Narsi,
Okay,
Narsi,
fine, guys. I have.
availability. Yeah, Narsi, in the availability
Yes.
zone, see in the real time production environment, we won't be using the public subnet, right? We would be using private subnet. In that, we will be giving an DNS entries for the public subnet, right?
Correct.
We won't be using any
Exactly
public
correct. If you can see
subnets.
public. Correct. So what we will do, LB we are configuring here, right? While configuring the LB, we will choose the public subnet. We'll choose the public subnet, not private subnet. Not private subnet.
But
Got it?
in real time scenarios, in the real production environment, we would be creating only public subnet. In the public subnet, we would be giving the DNS for the sorry private subnet, and for the private subnet, we would be giving the to access the application from the public subnet, right?
Correct. So exactly what
Okay.
I have drafted, the same thing. Same thing in real time also. Everything will be inside the private subnet. Then we will take the public subnet, and then we will use the NAT gateway to bring this private subnet access to the public subnet only. Whereas this public subnet will be accessed by the LBs. Same architecture in real time. So whatever I have drafted is pure real-time parity architecture. No change in it. Fine. Okay, folks, I have to join to another session now. This is the last demo. If you feel like it is helpful for you, please complete your registrations by the Sunday. So Monday, let us start the sessions, that is AWS sessions from the beginning. Logs, backup, etc. Logs, CloudWatch is there, backup, EBS is there, right? So these are all the things are there. Go and then check the course content first. Course content also once. Logs, CloudWatch we discussed. Backups we will discuss the EBS, snapshots and all, isn't it? So all these things will be managed. So this entire architecture will gives us the complete picture on AWS services, how they are interrelated, how we have to interrelate them and all. Okay, so that's all from my side, folks. Any question for me? Any questions
Narsi,
for me?
like
Narsi,
if possible, could you push the time earlier, like instead of 8:15, it would be, if you push early, that would be great from Monday.
Correct. Actually, after not from Monday. After 1 week of time, maybe 10 days of time, let us start it at 7 a.m. Because 7 a.m. now the microservices patterns is going on, which will be completed in next 10 days. So after that is done, then we will take that slot.
Sir, please make it at least a 7:15, sir. For me, like it is not possible at 7.
That's okay. 15 minutes here and there will be.
Yeah, because I have to send my
Will
kids.
be go. Will be.
Narsi, because I'll be there from the CST time zone, because I'm not from the IST time zone. Okay, I'm from the CST time zone. That is, yeah. If you push early, that would be great, and it would be helpful to me to attend, because I need to complete my office and I need to come and join the things.
Yeah, understood. So I believe this 7 or 7:15 is fine for all of us, right? After a week of time, after 10 days, correct?
From
7 or
Monday also
7:15.
for me, it's more comfortable.
7 is fine.
No, actually Monday 7:15 possible for me, because 7 a.m. 7:15 already microservices patterns is going on. That slot will be emptied in next 10 days. That is what actually after next 10 days we will start at the 7:15 or 7:15 a.m. But bear with me for just 10 days, coming up 10 days, at least completion of this IAM service. The first service is IAM service. This at least completion of this IAM service. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's Thanks a lot, Narsi, for that one. And one more thing is that purely I'm expecting all the real-time scenarios, because I am the guy from the middleware, and we are migrating everything, because whatever the inputs you give me, I'll go and I'll in a real-time scenario, I'm experimenting those all the things, because we have the vast middleware environment, and now we started everything moving into the AWS, and this helps me for all the
Okay.
POC. And definitely it would be a great that if you give all the real-time scenarios which is on the production environments, that would be great to me if you encounter those types of issues.
Correct. That's true. That's true. Actually, you guys might have already sensed it, how the codes will be, because the way how I am explaining, the way how I have drafted the architectures and all, you might have some, you might have some idea. You might got some idea by this time. Definitely, everything will be with the real time parity only. Everything. What I guarantee, if you guys really follow me, can you please mute? Can you please mute? Because it is echoing. Okay, so what I'm saying is, actually, if you really complete this architecture setup, any architecture in your real time, any architecture, you will be easily set up, no doubt at all. Because here I am not taking a little hello world program or Tata Bye Bye programs. No, we are taking the enterprise applications. So that enterprise application have a lot of scenarios, where each and every scenario might demands more services. So that is the reason I have chosen this course content, and then I organized in such a way where I can use in the real time. So I believe I'm too confident that it will be pure real time, realistic, no compromise there. Okay.
Thank you, Narsi.
Yeah.
Narsi, this last question I have here.
Yes,
It's my
please.
one concern. I know there are a few folks who is a real-time experience guy, and they are they're already working on this DevOps and AWS. And
Correct.
if you ask me for my side, I'm new to this technology, so I am expecting to be that's from the scratch level, so that I can able to understand. I can able to click the interview also.
Correct. Actually, what my intention is, though working people are there, though architects are there, managers are there, my intention is you or came here for learning, meaning you came with the empty knowledge. That is what my expectation.
Yes.
Nothing is what my expectation. That is the reason, if you can see the documentation, how I'm preparing each and every granular step I'm recording, meaning very beginning. From very beginning, I will start to the expert level. Very beginning to the expert level, we will go. That is the reason it is taking little time to complete the sessions. But
Not
yeah, so but it will be from very scratch to the expert level, no doubt at all. See how I have drafted the material, each and every screenshot I have captured. See each and every step-by-step screenshot.
Yeah.
Sir,
Thank you, sir.
offline course చెప్తారా sir?
No, actually, offline course, I'm not starting offline courses. I'm only for the online thing. Why? Because, there are some personal reasons even for me. Even I'm not even going for the office since last, office is started, but even I'm not going there. I have a great fear about this bloody virus, which infected me twice. So I'm not starting offline, only online.
Only online, sir?
Yeah.
అంటే
Okay.
టోటల్ ఇంగ్లీష్ అంటే కొంచెం అర్థం కాదు సార్.
No problem. నేను తెలుగులో కూడా మాట్లాడతానండి. తెలుగు and then English both I will cover. But there were other linguistic guys will also be there, right? So మనం తెలుగులో మాట్లాడితే maybe they don't understand. However, I'll do one thing. I'll translate it to Telugu and then English. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
అంటే ఈ కోర్సులో ఇప్పుడు జాయిన్ అవుతాం సార్. అంటే జీరో నాలెడ్జ్ అసలు ఏది లేదు సార్ ఐటీ నాలెడ్జ్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్. జాయిన్ అంటే మీ డెమో వినేసి జాయిన్ అవ్వాలనుకుంటున్నాను సార్.
ఓకే. బేసికల్‌గా ఇది చాలా స్క్రాచ్ నుండి స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నానండి. అంటే ఏదో జాయిన్ అవ్వాలి అని చెప్పట్లేదు. ఐఎమ్ నాట్ టెల్లింగ్ దట్ యూ గైస్ విల్ జాయిన్ అండ్ ఆల్. ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు ఇన్సిస్ట్ యూ గైస్ టు కమ్ హియర్ విత్ ద ఫాల్స్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్. బట్ నేనేం చెప్పదలుచుకున్నానంటే దిస్ ఈస్ ఫ్రమ్ ద వెరీ స్క్రాచ్. సో వెరీ స్క్రాచ్ నుండి చెప్తున్నాను. అండ్ వేరెవర్ యూ గైస్ ఆర్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు రీచ్ మీ, మేబీ నా ఇంగ్లీష్ కావచ్చు, నా ఫ్లూయెన్సీ కావచ్చు. Most of the feedback I got, my English is little fluent or little high when compared to other faculties. Artfent feedback కూడా నాకు వచ్చేసింది. So don't worry, from very scratch I will take. చాలా స్క్రాచ్ నుండి చెప్తాను అండ్ ప్రతిదీ స్లోగా వెళ్దాం. ఏదైనా అర్థం కాకపోతే మీరు అక్కడే నన్ను స్టాప్ చేసి అడగచ్చు. యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ మీ యువర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఎట్ ఎనీ మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్. ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు క్లియర్ ఏ సింపుల్ థింగ్ యాజ్ వెల్, మీరు నన్ను అడగచ్చు. యూ గైస్ కెన్ ఆస్క్ మీ. Okay, very scratch. I'm giving a full liberty to you guys because you can control me. You can stop me. You can ask a number of questions in the middle. No, I don't bother about that, because altogether is what you guys have to get a very good sound understanding of the concept, and then only we will move to the next concepts. Fine.
Yes, so that help I need, sir. That help I need. You go slowly. First, initially stage what we are telling actually is new to that technology, everything. Yes.
Yeah.
Again, I'm requesting is go slowly.
Sure.
If basics, if you don't understand, if you go in depth also, nothing will happen. That's
correct. That is true. And also, the people, yeah, that is true. Basics are very, very important. Each and everything. What is role? What is group? What is user? Very, very, very important, all these things. So I will go from very, very scratch. Maybe it will take little more time than I committed, but down the line will be helpful for you guys.
Correct, sir. So tomorrow class is there, sir?
No class tomorrow.
Okay.
This is the last demo.
Okay.
Saturday tomorrow no class, and Sunday no class. And the guys who are interested, go and then do your registrations. After exactly 10 days, we will be roll back this session to 7:15 a.m. Okay. But due to this, during this 10 days, please help me to go with at 8:15 a.m.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Narsi, yeah. Like this is something challenging. Yeah, Narsi, this is something challenging where I took up. Because this is my transition period. I'm converting the things from the middleware to the DevOps side. This would be a tough time, or it's a good decision or something. Like it's a something like it would be adding an advantage to my profile weightage.
Okay, one thing
because I'm full confusion that because market is in a different mood, and correct. Because this is my forcible things. I took up this challenge and I want to make that mixed combination, and I want to go into the market.
So the very best suggestion that I can give you is learning cloud is always be a good step. No doubt at all. It is AWS or Azure or GCP, forget about it. But learning a cloud is always a good thing. That is the first thing. Second is what, as you mostly from the middleware point of view. So the cloud will help you a lot because, for example, I have worked on the subwares, the middlewares like, API gateways, CA products and all. Those CA products are always, they are in-house products always. That means what, we have to take the EC2 machines and then install the product and then make it available in the cloud. That is what we used to do. But we have even seen some issues in the auto scaling and all. I mean, the scalability and all, we have seen some issues. So what I mean to say,
that is what the biggest challenge here is. Because for the IAM, I already worked for IAM for the mobility applications. We used to have a mobility application. For that one, we used to do for IAM authentication service using IAM.
Okay, which IAM we used?
This is
remember?
Tivoli.
Acha. Okay, IBM one it is. IBM Tivoli.
Yeah, because that is one thing. Because I stepped in different on the middleware and the SSO side. IAM, IDM, ISAM also. I worked on the ISAM. That is what, because I was mixed into a different on the middleware, and that's what it really helps me that if I take up the DevOps and go for the market.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely it will help actually. Meaning for everyone nowadays, for everyone, cloud knowledge with the automation knowledge is very important. Cloud with automation. So how the end to end is automating, for example, if you can see your case, you are in the middleware, maybe you don't know how the application is coming and then deploying in the server, isn't it? Maybe you don't know how the application is coming and how frequently those got releases, right? The ITL process versus the Scrum model. Maybe but maybe at the very deeper level,
Yeah,
might not.
our responsibilities would be like we used to have an urban code or SVN repository to check in and check out we would be doing. And if something deployment fails or deployments comes any issue, that is what our main responsibility. How the code functionality, we least bothered about that, how exactly the functionality is going on.
Exactly. So if we do the end-to-end automation, then what we came to know, how the code is transisting to the end cloud or end infrastructure. While this transition, how many layers are there? What is happening at each level? And clear inspection we will get. And coming to this cloud, for the background of your middleware and all, it is really awesome actually. Knowing about the cloud and applying it on your middleware technologies is an awesome initiative, because some products still they don't support cloud fully. For example, as I told CIDM is using the MS SQL server. That MS SQL server will be fully supported in Azure, but somehow some issues with the AWS. If any cloud that is using AWS want to go this IDM, have little challenges, isn't it? So what I mean to say is, learning the cloud, applying it to middleware is always a good choice. Hope you have no matter whether faculty is me or faculty is others, no matter, but the choice what you have taken is the good decision.
See, about the OpenShift, like what is exactly where OpenShift comes into? Because we are using ICP to OpenShift now. We are migrating from
OpenShift, like Kubernetes. OpenShift also have their container services, cluster services.
Okay.
Like Kubernetes, OpenShift also is giving the container services. It is a Red Hat product actually.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Correct. So they are giving the container services, cluster services they are giving.
Okay. The same functionality, but on the Red Hat.
Correct. With more security. They will give the readily available solution. They'll cook everything and then they'll give to us. Here we have to cook. So always as we are now learning.
Yeah. Is there any possibility, because for API gateways we are using data power? Okay. Is there that we can link up that API gateways that data power into the OpenShift or
yes, because we have to make them as a container and then run in the cluster. API gateways, we have to make them as a container and then run it in the cluster with the high availability. So obviously relation will be there. We have to, in our case also, if you can see, in our architecture also, whatever probably I have shown you, a lot of microservices we have, and then the API gateway is there. Of course, this gateway is what we have written. It is not too complex, but the point is same. Gateways are also undergone for the orchestration. That is the concept. So gateways will be go for the orchestration. So high availability of the gateways will be there. If one gateway is down, or gateways also getting more overloaded. So definitely load balancing is required for them as well. So high availability we will set up.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. Thank you so much. And that's all from my side, as this is the last demo. And hope you see on board on this course from Monday onwards at 8:15. Bear with me for 10 days, just 10 days. Then we will roll back it at 7:15 a.m. Thanks a lot. I know you may have a lot of questions in your mind. Maybe answering all those questions in this single session might not be possible. But once we started, then definitely I will be available to you over the Telegram channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
See you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.